Welcome to the Life's Necessities and Luxuries radio show. Today, our host, Dawn Marie Mutel, your life's commodities broker, will bring you fashion, beauty tips, business acumen, teach you where to find the life's greatest necessities and the finest luxuries. Now, here's Dawn Marie.
Hello, 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 my lifers. It's Dawn Marie, your host for today's episode of Life's Necessities and Luxuries. I am going to cover National Sleep-In Day. I don't know if you're anything like me, but I like muzzies. Have you ever had those nights where you lay in bed and you can't sleep and you just tossing and turning and tossing and turning and you're like, what the heck is going on? Sometimes it's about, I really need to take care of this thing, and I didn't. So what I like to do is when I feel like I'm getting those nights of insomnia that I do get from time to time, because I get so stressed out sometimes. So if you find that you're sitting there tossing and turning and tossing and turning and staring at the ceiling and counting sheep is just not an option anymore, get up, get a piece of paper, get a pen, and start writing down the things that are disturbing your sleep. Maybe it means you have to go, make an appointment for the doctor tomorrow for the kid, or you have to do his homework, or something needs to be done, or whatever it is. Write it down, write it down, write it down. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then drop the pen. It's like dropping the mic, right? Drop the pen, go put your buns back into bed, and forget about it. And before you know it, you're back to sleep. I love lists, and I'm still a writer because you know what? You got to write it down to see sometimes right in front of you how to organize something. Now, I'm a visual person. I don't know about you guys, but when I was learning in school, I had to have those visuals because it really helped me learn quicker. I'm also an auditory learner, but I do find having them together, it's like, woohoo, it's a home run. So one of the things I found that was interrupting sleep patterns for myself was because I was like overworked and underpaid, as they say. But I had to write a list of everything I had to do because, sometimes if it was my job or something, it was pretty intense. And if I didn't do something, then I could lose my job, or make the company look really bad or make my boss look really bad. And I don't want to do any of those things. So I wanted to make sure that I was doing the right thing, even if it's just for personal stuff. So some of the things that I realized that was like, I just had a cup of coffee after dinner and it was 7:00. And that's why I'm feeling like my heart's racing and I'm wide awake. Like, why can't I go to sleep? So if you like coffee or caffeinated beverages or sodas or teas that have caffeine or even sugary foods, they're going to keep you awake because they're going to stimulate the body. And it's going to be like, I'm wired now. And what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Because I don't want to sleep. The other thing you can do is, if you have the energy, go take care of a project. Go work on something and burn off that energy because you know what? Spend an hour doing it, and before you know it, you're going to want to go back to bed because you're going to say, I don't want to do this right now, and you're going to go to sleep. The other thing I notice is if you keep the electronics out of the bedroom, because you know what? Electronics can stimulate the lights, the dings, the bells, the whistles, everything that goes off. And it's like, I got to do this. And I got to do that. Let me go see what's going on. I mean, I ignore my phone so much these days. And I always say, if it's urgent, call me because I'm not going to pick up a text. I've got too much to do. These other things, right? So I don't have the time to sit there and look at a text. So if it's important, call me because then that'll make all the difference. I'll answer the phone and see what's going on. So if you find yourself attached to all of those external things that are like taking you away from feeling zen and feeling calm and trying to get some peace in your evening, then you may just want to say, you know what, after 9 p.m., I'm shutting the phone off. Unless you have children that are like, in college and they're off site or something, and you need to keep the phone on, well, just lower it, turn off the notifications. I use my phone as my alarm, as most people do these days. I mean, what's an alarm clock, right? It's like, what's a payphone? What's an alarm clock? But anyway, one of the things you may want to think about is just trying to make your bedroom your sanctuary. That is something I learned many years ago in my early 20s when I had a 2x4 studio basement apartment, and I really wanted to make it like plush because it was so small and ugly and dim and dreary. And I just knew I got to make this thing look pretty somehow. So I got creative and I called it my hotel room. because I was traveling a lot at the time and I was in hotel rooms a lot. It gave me some inspiration for this little studio apartment to create an atmosphere that when I walked into it, I really felt comfortable. And when my friends came by, they could sit down and feel relaxed and not feel like they're in this little tiny box, right? So if you have a space that, everything's all over the place and you really can't see the floor and things are just thrown around, spend an hour and just clean it up. Even if you have to put them in boxes or in bags to get them off the floor, get some new bedding. It doesn't have to be expensive. I'll list a few companies that I use that are very affordable and have good quality. So I'll link up some of those to you, but also making sure that the sheets. I find that like microfiber sheets, they're not a natural fiber, so they make you sweat. I don't know if you noticed, but if you do have microfiber sheets and you are sweating more when you're sleeping, it's hot. It could be because you're using microfiber sheets and you're not using 100% cotton sheets. I love Egyptian cotton. I got turned on to them in the 90s and, I never went back. But they're very expensive. When I'm looking for a new set, because I know they are very expensive, I will list some of the companies I use there as well. And the other thing I would say is to just think about putting some nicer sounds in the room. So if you have one of those little machines, the clocks that have some beautiful natural sounds coming out of them, that could work really well. Slept over at my sister's once and sleeping there, and my brother-in-law had this beautiful alarm clock from Brooks Brothers that had the seascape sounds coming through there, and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And I remember saying to him in the morning how much I liked it, and he gave it to me, which I thought was really, really nice of him. But I still have it to this day, and that was probably 1998, 99 when I was working with the NHL, and I was down in Detroit for the Stanley Cup Finals. So it was really cool to get to see them because they live in Michigan, and that was fun. So that has really helped me. When I'm really stressed out, I put that on and it's just like, I feel like I'm at the beach. I hear the waves crashing, or maybe it's the crickets. But hey, it sounds cool. As long as they're not in your room, it's all good. So no electronics. Get some beautiful sounds coming into the room. Another thing I love is using lavender, because lavender is a relaxer, it's a calmer, and it's also great. Digression here, but if you happen to have any skin issues, lavender is a great calmant for the skin. So if you find that skin getting a little bit irritated, just take lavender water. You don't want to put the oil on your skin, but the lavender water will help. So just get a couple drops of the essential lavender oil in some purified water, and then you can spray it, or I like to put it on a cotton round and then apply it to the skin. So that is a great way. If you find that you have any kind of sunburn, that also helps as well. But actually vinegar helps really well with that, but that's another story for another day. Anyway, let's get back to getting some good Z's in the boudoir, in the bedroom. Someone doesn't know what boudoir. Sorry, I'm French, and sometimes I say some French words, but I will be sure to say it in English so that you understand what I'm saying. I just want to get you guys to get some good sleep so that you can rock on and rock out for the next day's list of things to do, right? Because we all have a ton of them. And if you have families and children and taking care of elderly parents, I mean, trust me, I know, I've been there. I don't have kids, but I took care of nieces, and I've also took care of my parents when they were ill, and it's a lot of work. Even my siblings when they were in the hospital, running back and forth, it takes a lot out on somebody if you have to travel to go help them. I mean, it's a lot of stress. So we go through so many things in our lives day to day. So anything that you can do to get a better quality night's sleep, it's going to benefit you. And guess what else it does? You're going to love this one. It takes care of healing the body and your skin. Every evening we shed skin cells in our bodies turn over every night while we sleep, which is why we have to exfoliate our skin. Because if you don't, all those dead skin cells will just keep piling up on top of each other, and then you're going to have skin issues. You may find that you have bumpy skin, or the skin that looks like the chicken's, or it's just really dry and flaky, or it's doing something else. So you want to make sure that you hydrate your skin by putting on moisturizer, which I'm a firm believer, and you should always do that. Another great thing is taking a warm bath or shower an hour before you go to sleep so that you can just relax and not have to stress out over the things we don't need to stress out on. We are human beings, and one of the things that kicks in and we're reactive is the fight or flight response, right? All these hormones start running through our bodies and all these different chemicals start getting released because back in the day, we had to fight off saber tigers. But you know what? We don't have any saber tigers to fight off today. So even if you're just getting into an argument with your boyfriend or your husband or whatever, it can turn into a mess because we're like, like, wait a minute. We got to calm down. And I noticed like me and my guy, we keep having these like little bickering sessions. And I'm just like, dude, like you're stressing me out. You got to stop this because I don't want to stress out. I just want to have a peaceful evening, But I find that certain buttons get pushed, right? Next thing you know, people get offended or they get hurt by something you say. And you're like, okay, I didn't say anything too crazy that's going to, offend you. But if you're not confident in yourself, then you're going to feel insecure. And if you're feeling insecure, then every little thing bothers you. And I had another boyfriend once that was just like that. I mean, it was like I had to take care of him constantly. You're walking on eggshells because, don't say this and don't say that. And make sure you don't say this. He didn't like this and he didn't like that and hate this and hate that. And he was just a lot to handle. And I realized this is not what I want for my life. And I spent 11 years with this guy. That's a long freaking time, if you ask me. I call him my ex-husband. But it's just one of those things where you have to be aware of your surroundings and what triggers you and how you react when it does. I'm trying to be more mindful of this so that when something does make me want to react, that I can just kind of count to 3. So that gives me a chance to say, I see somebody's trying to push the button. Let me not go there. Because why do you want to ruin your day? Why, right? Stress kills, stress gives heart attacks, stress gives high blood pressure. Stress does nothing good for us. It gives us ulcers. It gives us, right? Just go on and on and on. Stress can do so many horrible things to us. And so one of the things we need to do is find a way to just practice sanity, right? Let's get out of the chaos. Let's get out of this, the crazy world. And let's try to find a little slice of sanity. That's all I ask for. Just give me a slice, just a little slice of sanity. But taking care of yourself is so important because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else. So you want to practice taking good care of yourself. Self-care, believe it or not, it's not about being selfish. No, it's about self-preservation. It's about taking care of yourself so that you can stay strong to take care of the ones you love, to do the things you need to do for the family or for yourself, for your career, whatever it is. If you want to have a business of your own and you want to start a side hustle or your own business and you want to get out of whatever it is you're doing, you need a lot of freaking energy to do it. I'll tell you that. You can't be sitting on your laurels thinking it's going to happen because you know what? The only one who's going to be responsible is you. You got to make it happen because you know what? If you don't make it happen, guess what? It's not going to happen. So one of the things I've learned to do over time is literally write every step down. Keeps me accountable so I can see what the hell it is I got to do, right? Because if I don't look and I don't see, I need to do these 50 steps just to get this one thing done. That's a lot of steps in between. Then I always say, how bad do you want it? Now, I'm going off on a tangent here, but this I feel is really important to somebody who may be listening right now. I am so excited to share with you something I've been working on for quite some time now. It's a program I put together for you, and I'm hoping that it's okay to share a little bit about it. Let's shop in your closet, the Fashion Styling Academy at your home. I'm your stylist, Dawn Marie Mutel, and I've had a love of fashion since I was able to put on my own clothes at age 3. But I became a certified image consultant with the Fashion Institute Technology because I wanted to help others look and feel their best. So I started helping men and women find their unique styles and their fashion-forward image. I help you dress quickly, effortlessly, stylishly, confidently, and inexpensively. In modules 1 through 3, you'll learn about your face shape, what your body type is, and the best silhouettes that look best on them. And in module 3, we'll cover the hairstyles and accessories that's going to enhance your face shape. In modules 4 to 6, you'll learn about the color palette for your skin temperature. Accessorize with caution so that you don't overdo it. And in module 6, you'll learn about the fabrics, collars, and necklines that will work best for your face shape and for your body type. And in modules 7 through 9, you'll learn how to clutter bust your closet and build a capsule wardrobe where you can get 30 outfits for under $100. And in module 9, we're going to shop in your closet and put it all together. So join us today in this one-of-a-kind class in your home, accessible at any time that you want. It's time to shout it out and wear it out. Learn to love your clothes and get excited about your wardrobe again. Declutter your closet and love everything in it. Learn how to mix and match some outfits and get excited about your wardrobe again. Or we can do a closet analysis together via Skype or Zoom, where I'll help you decide what you might need to keep, toss, or add to create a working wardrobe so that you'll love what you wear every day. Sign up today. I've got a special price for this year. It's only $97. This is normally a $1,997 course. And you can take it at any time of day in the privacy in your home. Go to www.letshopinyourcloset.com. Start your year off for 2021 looking and feeling fantastic. Don't delay. Grab your copy today. We'll see you inside. So if you find that, you're putting something off and it's been for a while, you need to dust that shit off and get it back out. Okay. And I'm going to be frank with you and say, hey, wake up and smell the coffee beans. Because you know what? If you don't do it now, a year will pass, 3 years will pass, 5 years will pass, 10 years will pass. And you'll say, what the hell? 10 years just went by? Yeah. So think about the things you really want out of life and write them down. Okay. Now, you may not have the finances to do it. You may not have, a babysitter who can take care of the child while you want to do something. There may be obstacles in your way, but let me tell you something. If you write that down and it's in your heart and you desire it so much and it's all you think about all day long, you're going to find a way to make it work. Somehow, the universe will provide a way for you to have it done. But the thing is, you can't forget about it. You can't brush it aside and think, it's important, but it's not that important because I got to do all these other things. Well, guess what? Doing laundry and house cleaning and cooking, yeah, it's important. But you know what? There are bigger things to do than all those chores. And let me tell you, I get so pissed at myself when I see I just spent 6 hours going to the stores and chopping up food and cooking. Yeah, I want the healthy life and I want all those things, but I definitely want to be able to have somebody else do that for me so I can focus on these things to me that are more important in my life. But I don't have the finances to do that. So I'm praying and I'm wishing and I'm hoping so that I don't have to do it anymore. I love cooking. I mean, I have a cooking channel on YouTube, Latina Cucina. So if you ever want some recipes, you can go there and check them out. But the thing is that when I have these other things to me that are more pressing, or I feel like they're on the higher, they're up there on the list. To me, all of the other things, the cooking and the cleaning and the shopping and doing the laundry and all those things that suck up our time, we have to do, obviously. But, I notice wow, if I order from Whole Food, I don't have to shop anymore and they can deliver it to me for that extra $5. But you know what? That's worth it to me because that just saved me driving over there and driving over there and driving over there. That's another thing I used to love to do is just make a map of where it is that you have to go and of what it is you need to do so you don't waste any gas. And you don't waste your time. And if you could just do it in one neighborhood, because I go to different places for different things. I love my specialty products, but I may find it here and I can't find it there. So I don't mind doing that, but I kind of have to do it so that I can kind of boom, 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 bang it out in one day. It's done. And then I don't have to deal with it for the rest of the week. So this is just some of the things I want you to think about today. I'm going to list all the products in the show notes. So be sure to check out the website here. And if you like this episode, share it with somebody you think is going to get some value from it. And be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future episodes, videos, whatever I might share, you will know first. Remember to live happily, lovingly, peacefully, successfully, necessarily, and luxuriously. Until the next time.
If you like what you hear, tell someone. If you like what you hear, be a dear and pass it on. Don't forget to stop at our website, www.lifesnecessitiesandluxuries.com for more tips, tricks, tutorials to live a very necessary and luxurious life.